is one of my best friends in life. He's my best friend. Help me bring up the amazing Billy Garcia. Give him a hand, guys. Thank you guys, thank you guys, thank you guys. Thank you guys, man. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. We're so excited to be here with you guys here in January, man, to kick off this amazing event. But, you know, right now you see everybody here. We look all sharp up here, and we have these nice little haircuts. I promise you, Tony has the same haircut. You just can't tell right now, but he has a haircut too, the comb over, right? And, you know, me and my wife, you see us like this all polished up, but it wasn't always like that. You know what I mean? I actually grew up in South Central LA. My parents, they came from El Salvador, and my dad, you know, like, yeah, the one guy that clapped over there, good job. And, you know, they came here, but they came here for a better opportunity. They didn't come here for a better job. And my dad, you know, one of his first jobs that my father ever had was that he was a painter. You know, he was a painter. He would paint tennis courts. He would be doing that in Palm Springs in 120-degree weather. And I remember him doing that, sacrificing at the time. And, you know, he found out that his son likes to eat good. So then guess what? He went and got another job as a security guard. And, you know, that wasn't enough money, so he still, in the AM, would throw newspaper. My dad was a guy that would throw newspaper through your glass in the AM, right? In the Los Angeles Times back in the day, that's what he would do. And you know, like, I remember those days like they were yesterday, him and my mom working so hard to provide for us. But not to provide just any life. He wanted a better life. He said, son, I want you to be somebody in life. I want you to work and be somebody. And that's them right there. I'm the guy with the pink shorts on. I don't know why they put pink shorts on me on, right? But they did, right? But we grew up very, very humbly in South Central LA. You guys know where South Central LA is at? That's where the cost of living is super high, but the chance of living is very low. And dude, I remember my dad telling me, son, go to school, get good grades, and get a good job. Get something good. Make something out of your life. I want to see you with a suit and tie. I want you to help people. He would tell me these things when I was a kid. And I did go to school. I did get my degree. But at the end of the rainbow, there was no good job. I slid over my diploma, and I remember asking the guy, how long is it going to take for me to at least make $100,000? He said, wait. We're going to pay you $28,000 a year. I was like, no, you don't understand. My mama said, right, that if I went to school and I got good grades, I would get a good job. He's like, well, we'll start you out at $28,000 if you want. And I'm like, how long would it take to make at least 6 figures here? Well, if you're on the fast track program, it'll take you at least 10 years. And I said, 10 years? 10 years, if someone would tell me what to do, how to do it, how much money I could save or not save, what kind of car I could drive or not drive, right? When I could see my wife or not see my wife. I was like, no way, that's not for me. So I went on America Online, right? It was AOL, not Primerica Online. It was AOL back then, right, guys? And it was right, go into the internet, right? Yeah, I'm from that day, right? So I remember going on there and just Googling what makes money, and insurance kept popping up. Insurance kept popping up in real estate. I'm like, I'm not doing real estate because the market's crashing. That's not for me. And insurance kept popping up. So I went into the insurance business. I did that for 6 years, and then Primerica came dressed in beauty to me. It was Myrrh. Love you, baby. It was Myrrh, right? And she came, I was like, what the heck? Like, what's going on? I thought I had it made. I was making $140,000 a year. And she says, I'm going to take you to the Broadmoor. And we go to the Broadmoor, and it's a 5-diamond resort. And I'm from South Central LA. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm so fired up that we're at this place, and it looks just so amazing. And I remember how they treated Mario, how they treated Myrrh, how they treated Tony. And I remember how they treated them. And I was like, what is this? Like, what do you guys do, right? Like, what's going on here? And I just remember going on stage, getting recognition with Myrrh, all lost. My first fast start, Mario did an example of a fast start on stage. And he got me off to a fast start on stage because I was like, I saw it. And I signed up. And I never looked back. And it's so crazy because to think that was like 4 years ago, right? And in 4 short years, how fast your life can change when you make a decision. In 4 short years, man, we've been paid already $683,000 in 4 short years because of that decision. And another $1,000 in stock. And I'm like, man, I just can't believe sometimes that this is our life, and it's because of our amazing teammates. Man, our team, the Elite Nation, oh my God, we love you guys so darn much. Seriously, you guys, the hierarchy, everybody, man, we just love you guys so much. But when you're going to those big conquests or a big goal, you're going to run into some obstacles, right or wrong. And, sometimes we look at these obstacles as a Mount Everest. And, man, I want to tell you just this quick story about Mr. Hillary, right? Hillary was the first guy to ever actually summit Mount Everest. And, he tried 3 times to do it. And on his 3rd try, he actually did it. But the first 2 tries, he lost friends. He lost people. People died. And he came back down the mountain defeated, crying, like emotional, depressed. And they asked him, would you dare to ever do that again, to go after that Mount Everest? And he came back down mad, like just looking and just not answering questions, but staring at this picture of Mount Everest that was to his left with an intensity. And he was looking at it and he said, you know what? You're the biggest you're ever going to be. You've reached your potential. But me, I can get bigger. I can get better. I can get more skillful. I can get more endurance, right? And I will conquer you, Mount Everest. And guess what? He did it because he was willing to change. He was willing to make the necessary changes to go out there and do it. How often are we faced with obstacles and we never change? We just go through life the same exact way. And they asked him, how did you feel? Like, how do you feel? He said, I felt like the king of the jungle, like a lion. And I just want to read you something from this book that we've been reading. It's just a little excerpt of it. But it says, look, quit living as if the purpose of life is to arrive safely at death. Run to the roar. Set God-sized goals. Pursue God-given passions. Go after a dream that's destined to fail without divine intervention. Stop pointing out problems and become part of the solution. And how often when things go bad do we just point the finger at people? I look at our CEO, and his message isn't of disparity, it's of hope and prosperity. Right, guys? And man, I'm just so happy because he came to our Fast Start event and he just let it rip. And right after, he took a jet to Cheryl Bartlett's place, and then he was in the East Coast. I was like, how did this guy get to all these places on the same darn day? And he's doing that out of hope and prosperity. And because of that, Primerica's taking off to levels we never seen before. Because of that, and you have to understand one thing, it's so funny, but Mario has this quality. Glenn Williams has this quality. All the big leaders in the company have this quality. And it's very simple. Success, it's like a breath of air. That very last breath of air that you took, it's important, it's vital, but it's not more important than the next one. It's not more important than the next breath of air that you're going to take. And I'm telling you guys, right now, that next breath for some of us, it's growing our business. It's having more faith. It's having a little bit more belief. Who's ready to breathe with us in that way, right? See you guys in Indy, man. Thank you guys so much.